The Christian hell imitated from the pagan hell, symbolic origin of a concept. Throughout human history, the idea of hell has never emerged in isolation. Even before Christianity, various cultures described regions of suffering after death, associated with punishment, pain, and atonement. Spiritism, when analyzing these narratives in light of reason, shows that the so-called Christian hell was heavily influenced by earlier pagan conceptions, adapted to the religious context of each era. In ancient civilizations, such as the Greek and Roman, the spiritual world was imagined in a materialized form. Hades, Tartarus, and other underground realms symbolize states of pain and atonement, often described with images of fire, shadows, and torments. These representations had no scientific basis but served a pedagogical need to explain human suffering and impose moral limits in societies still heavily based on fear. With the emergence of Christianity, many of these images were incorporated into the new doctrine, reinterpreted under a religious language. Hell came to be presented as a definitive place of eternal punishment, governed by unchanging laws. This adaptation, although understandable in the historical context, ultimately crystallized a literal view of symbols that were originally moral allegories. Spiritism proposes a clearer reading of this historical process. It shows that the error lies not in the existence of spiritual suffering, but in the way it has been explained. Suffering does not arise from a physical place or from a condemnation imposed by a deity, but from intimate states of consciousness in imbalance. The images inherited from paganism served as metaphors for what could not yet be understood rationally. Archaeology and the history of religions confirm this symbolic continuity. Beliefs gradually evolve, reusing familiar images to convey new ideas. Modern psychology explains that strong symbols, such as fire and darkness, represent internal conflicts, guilt, and fear, not material realities. Hell, therefore, comes to be understood as a symbolic construct to translate deep moral experiences. Contemporary science reinforces this view by demonstrating that there are no physical regions in the universe designated for spiritual punishment. Astronomy reveals a cosmos governed by natural laws, not by fixed moral spaces. Classical physics shows that there are no arbitrary exceptions in the laws of nature. This strengthens the understanding that heaven and hell are states, not places. By freeing spiritual thought from these inherited images of the past, Spiritism does not destroy morality, but strengthens it. It replaces fear with understanding, threat with conscious responsibility. Hell ceases to be a symbolic inheritance of paganism and comes to be understood as an invitation to inner transformation. If this content helped you reflect on the origin of religious beliefs and their evolution over time, like, share, and leave your comment. Your interaction helps this message reach more people.